Here we go. Do you think I should take out my earbud, Jackie? But do you think it's just going to pick up me and not you then? It's like our ears are super far apart. Does that work? I'll just take mine out. And then people who are tuning in can let us know if they can't hear us. Actually here too. It's kind of like having earplugs in. Yeah. Okay, so there's probably nobody live right now, but for anyone watching the replay, we're just starting to broadcast. We figured we would show you out here at the sheep before we start walking the trails. She's like, I'm out of here. So Tim's just talking about some of the sheep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, one person.
Yes, it
Oh,
is so beautiful out
hey!
today. It's a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
We're very surprised, honestly.
And Nancy sponsors with us. Let's go down and see Nancy before we walk
Yeah.
the trails.
Hi, Shanda.
There's Nance.
A beautiful girl.
So the update on Nancy is her knee brace, her back knee brace came in, but needs some adjustments, so it's been sent back out to the specialist. So we should get it early next week, and then he can fix it up, send it back, and she'll be all set there.
Yep. This is Nancy Catherine. Yep.
Yeah.
There she is in her glory.
And Nancy's new prosthetic for the front is being made by UMB, and they're hoping to have it done next week, hopefully by the end of next week.
That's great.
Now Nancy, she started another round of antibiotics, so she needs injections again tonight. And we talked with the vet today actually again about her, so the kind of the theory is that the last round knocked the pneumonia out 90% and it hung on a little bit, so we did another round. So hopefully this will knock it out, but if it doesn't, we'll switch up the antibiotic. But yeah, she's doing a lot better, so it's nothing like the situation with Betty where we were concerned that we weren't going to be able to clear things up. So
Yes. Next week will be pretty big for her.
yeah. Yeah, and after we walk the trails, we'll go in and see Rosie till we get back. Because Rosie, her front prosthetics, Jeff's going to start making next week.
Yes, and we have an idea.
Yep.
Yep.
And she's starting to use her front legs a lot more now that she has her back ones done.
That's awesome.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you can see right now. Okay, yeah, so behind Nancy, where all that long grass is where we're trying to get funding to do pasture fencing. So we have a couple grants
Down
out
here
there. Yeah.
and out that way.
And so if we get the funding for that, it's about a $6,000 project. But it would save us 45% on our overall hay costs for the current residents. If we were to take on, so if we had that much pasture, we could house twice as many sheep at the same cost that we do right now for hay. So the same amount of resources, but twice as many lives saved. So that's why it's a big project that's on our mind right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hey, neighbor. All right. So we want to walk the trails then. So we'll see a part of the sanctuary that few get to see.
Right.
And then when we come back, we can talk about the goats and where that horse house is gonna be. So over here, we're gonna walk by quails and Levi over here. Yep. That's where our girl is. So, I'm gonna walk the trails. Part of the trail, not all the trails, but some of the trails.
One of our favorites.
Yeah. Jackie, I think we'll walk by where Tardy and Betty is
Yep.
and then go up the side there.
Yep.
So we should probably show them that. For people who knew Betty and Tardy. And the birds are over here too. So yeah, because I think probably most people tuning in would know Tardy. So Tardy's heart is over there.
Mm-hmm. So this is where Tardy's heart is.
That's where Tardy's buried.
Right there.
And then
Over here are the
feathers
birds.
run along here. Those are two of the girls that came in the same day as Rosie, right? Olivia and Stella. Allie, there's Stella there. Dora and Dorothy.
Unicorn.
Unicorn people knew. There's Larry. And there's Celeste, so she hasn't had her heart come yet. Yeah, that's Celeste. Alright. So all of this would be pasture space that we could use up here.
Yeah.
And there's Betty's heart, she's over there. We hoped to bury Betty beside Tardy, but she passed when the ground was still frozen. So that was the only place they could bury her.
Right.
And Betty's Gracie's mom. Gracie's still with us.
And Gracie was born here.
Yeah.
At the sanctuary.
So, yeah, all of this used to be the golf course. And would make for great pasture space for large animals and everybody else.
Yeah, it's a wonderful amount of space as well.
Yeah.
Open, not
Yeah.
treated or anything, so
Right.
it's really great.
Yeah.
And just letting you guys know, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask in the comments.
Yeah, so eventually there's lots of room to expand when the funding and the resources are there. These trails Tim keeps cut for us to walk the dogs, but
Yeah.
we walk Tardy down these trails too.
Okay.
Therefore,
Yeah.
walk the big girl.
Yes, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous trail, Catherine.
Yeah. Jackie liked to drive the golf course. Bringing sticks to the burn pile.
Taking the scenic route.
Yep.
An eventful summer.
Do you want to pan back? See, we got our crew following us too. I'm not sure what we're talking about.
They're joining us as well.
Is everyone, can they hear us okay, Jackie? Did anyone say anything about sound? Or?
Nobody said anything. If someone wants to let us know that the audio is working great.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. This part is all uphill, so I'm always like at a put in the middle, then it's small, but
Still just as great.
yeah.
Yeah, sound is perfect. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Anything you guys want to pick my brain about?
What's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory since starting the sanctuary?
Yeah.
I think my favorite memory was the day we brought Betty home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually Tim's birthday, and I forgot it was his birthday because we were busy rescuing Betty.
Yeah.
But Sid needed a friend. He didn't have another sheep yet. So, but Sid had been raised after he was rescued. He was in the house a lot
Yeah.
with our friend Siobhan, so he wasn't with the other sheep because he was too little. And so anyways, Betty acted like a typical sheep when she came off the trailer and ran right to Sid because she's like, oh, thank God, there's another sheep. And Sid was like, what is that? And so he was trying to hide behind us, but Betty was trying to get to him but didn't want anything to do with us. So it was just like, yeah, it was a little bit of a circus, but
Yeah.
it was really cute.
And they were both little at that time, eh?
No, so Sid was 6 months old,
Oh, yes, yeah.
but they don't have much growing left. He filled out a bit, but he didn't really get much taller. And Betty was a couple years old then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Betty was pregnant with Gracie at the time. So she was hormonal
Yeah.
and scared.
Aw.
And Sid was like, oh! And she's like, what the? Why are you scared?
It was a very sweet memory.
Yeah. And it was really rewarding to help Betty too, because she came from a situation where a man developed dementia, and he didn't realize he wasn't taking care of his animals.
Right.
So when his power of attorney went to see how he was doing, he wasn't doing well, and the animals weren't doing well.
Right.
Like worse than not well. So anyways, Betty was a survivor of that. She survived pretty severe hoof rot. The goats that were there did not. And then, anyways, he got help. And the animals that were alive got help. So yeah, it took, different organizations all coming together, which was, yeah, it's good to see people coming together for,
Right. Good cause.
yeah, a man who needed help and animals who needed help.
Right.
Oh, the incline. It's light, but it just keeps going. It keeps going.
Did anyone have any questions?
That was a good question, Jackie. Jackie, what's your favorite memory from here? Or what's like something that's really memorable that's appropriate to share?
Well, now that you say that, the first thing that comes to mind doesn't truly apply. It included Johnny, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you could tell that story. I know what story you're talking about.
one day I was going into the stall where we kept Rosie at the time, and Johnny loves to follow in wherever he's not allowed to go.
Yep.
So he came in with me, and I was just trying to shoo him out like I do with the other sheep, because Sid will listen, Annie will listen, Punky will listen, but Johnny just wants his hay. So I tried shooing him, and he swung his head at me and it hit my leg, and I was like, oh, and I got out. It was good memory
I
bruise,
thought
you
you
know?
were going to tell the one where you broke the shovel.
Oh gosh. It was like, my first week here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're only here a couple days.
Yeah, I was only here a couple days, and I had, Jamie was trying to separate me and Johnny. And she was holding a a metal broom in between us, and he swung his head, and he snapped the broom in half. And
Let's wait here for those guys.
it was pretty funny.
Jackie was just like paused, like.
Well, I remember the first day with when Teddy was still in with us, and he was just jumping up, and you were like just softly putting him back down like this, and I was just like, what?
What have I done?
Right, yeah.
Got through it, and Jackie was. I like turned around to say that wasn't so bad, right? She was like. Yeah. So.
We had a hard time keeping up to you guys.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I was like, gotta just keep going up this incline.
Yes, you were right, Catherine.
Little Larry.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, we thought we'd wait for you before we go over the bridge into the woods. So, Jackie, if you want to show them down there, that's like all the space that we could fence for pasture for animals.
So it's about 80 acres for the whole property.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Into the woods we go.
Into the woods we go. Catherine said, catch your breath, ladies.
Yeah, seriously, I was like, well, I wasn't really wanting to wait for them. I just needed to catch my
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jackie. Kim was just telling them that I call this part up here behind them the moon,
Oh, yes, yeah.
right? Because it looks like the moon past those trees.
Hmm.
It's all like rock.
You can't see it, but
We have like weird names for every part of the property. Here, the moon.
Your own little map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Fern Gully. We call this Fern Gully. Because Tim has to cut the ferns every year. Down the middle. And hopefully, Mama and her babies,
yeah.
bears are.
Let's not encounter the bears.
Yeah, hopefully they're not around.
We're taking care of enough.
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably thinking, you know, we're so loud they don't want anything to do
Yeah,
with us.
hopefully.
But
Over
there's
these people in our woods.
there's berries all along here, so the bears would
Yeah.
eat berries.
I remember one of my last days, me and Jamie, we walked down this trail together.
Yeah.
And we were just eating blackberries and raspberries off of the bushes.
It took all summer to be able to finally take me down these trails.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my favorite memories is one of my last day.
Oh, when we
At
told
the-
you we were taking you to the farm stand to take you up to lunch.
Yeah. It was a very happy and sad day.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness you're here still, though.
Yeah. I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah. Our first year here, too, we were trying to figure out snow removal, and the tractor that was here froze over. And it would start, but it would just rev super high.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, it's going to blow up.
Ugh.
So then Tim got a four-wheeler, like a used one, to plow with,
Yeah.
a quad. And he had plowed like week after week, you know, every Friday in a row.
Yeah.
It was a snowstorm. So then he thought, okay, it's the third, you know, time in a row I'm plowing the road, right, a kilometer
Right.
of the road. So he's like, okay, I'm going to take just a few minutes and go down the trails. I'm going to have a few minutes for myself. And he went down this trail, and the four-wheel drive on the quad died.
Oh.
So the front wheels were spinning and not the back.
Yeah.
So he dug the quad right into the snow on this track, and we couldn't get it out.
That's
So
awful.
Did it stay there all winter?
it did.
Yeah.
And the deer ate the seat.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yep. I mean, it was a rough used vehicle to start with, but yep. that was that. Then we're like, okay, I guess we just hope for an early spring.
Yep.
But it's beautiful out here.
Yeah, that's what Catherine just said. It's a beautiful trail.
Yeah. And I love taking Jen Weir down here. She's the one that does our sanctuary tea. Because she knows about mushrooms and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
nice.
she's always finding all kinds of neat stuff out here.
Yeah, foraging.
Yeah, foraging. And she's like the ultimate blueberry picker. So when we end up like on the blueberry trail, she picks all kinds of blueberries and makes us blueberry pancakes. So
Nice.
yes,
My
kind of
mom.
friend you need in your life.
Yeah. We should have let you borrow some of our blueberry pickers.
Yeah.
We will
That would
next
be
year,
amazing.
100%. Because we've got 2 and you just go like, wow.
Yep. It's really neat to walk through here when there's just a bit of snow too. You can see so much more.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think it was a grouse. We call them ditch chickens
Yeah.
because they look like chickens and
Yeah.
typically in the ditches.
You heard it again.
Yeah, I think that's what they are. Or chickens of the woods. We call them
Chickens
that too.
with chickens.
Yeah.
It's funny how like the wind starts going again once you get out.
Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, so this has wild blueberries on it.
Yeah, so these would all be blueberries here.
Yeah. The first time Tim took me down these trails once we moved down, how is this like where we live?
Isn't that amazing?
Right?
It's so nice.
It's such a beautiful place here.
You can see the lake from here too.
Mm-hmm.
The little tippy
Way
top
down
of the
there.
house and then the lake. Is your mom cracking jokes?
No.
Oh,
Just the fact that she's here.
Huh?
Just the fact that she's here.
Oh.
Oh, look.
I bet my mom's here too. Did you see Linda show up?
No.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, Mom.
Getting a little squishy here.
Yep.
Nothing we're not used to.
That's right. So I got rubber boots on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we'll need to bush
This is
hog
better
this
than a
whole
golf
thing.
course.
Otherwise, all these trees are going to take over.
Okay. So what does that do?
New Brunswick has too many golf courses.
Tim's dragging behind the tractor.
Okay.
Cuts it all down.
Okay.
Because these trees here are creeping asters, I think they're called.
Okay.
Anyways, they choke out all other stuff. So, like if you see woodlots that are starting to grow back,
Yeah.
that's usually what's
Okay.
over there.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
I know. Now she's cracking jokes.
Oh, share with the class. I guess the class knows, we don't.
It could be a golf course.
Oh, God.
It was a joke because it used to be one. That's what she said.
Oh, she did. That's actually a
I said there.
misconception that people think we closed the golf course, but we didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Not fighting you, Mom. Just
So we're actually almost back
yeah.
at the barn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a big.
So you can see the house here.
Yeah, that's where the
I don't know
parking
if I
lot
can
is.
point at it right.
Yeah.
So it's about a half an hour walk. It's a great trail.
Yeah, we're motoring. Too.
Burning off our lunch.
Yes. Yeah, there's lots of sweets at the potluck. So
Mm-hmm.
Lots of vegan sweets.
yes.
Yes, this would be great for snowshoeing or cross-country skiing for sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat, honestly.
Yep.
Yes, it is their house. The one that you can see through the trees.
the abode.
Mom, do you have any questions, Terry?
With Terry. Coyote poop.
Think of a good one. So beautiful out today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Temperature,
Yeah.
bright and sunny. Do you want to tell everyone that we got 3 or 4?
Oh, yes. There are some bears. There's a family of bears that live up here as well.
Yeah.
Today we had 4 new chickens come in
From 2 different places.
from 2 different places. 3 of them came from one home and 1 from another. We checked them out today, gave them some medicine, and put them into quarantine. So in about 2 weeks, then we can introduce them to the
Probably 3 to 4.
3 to 4 weeks. Correction.
It feels like 2 weeks. Actually, I'm off. Just because you're here every day. The days roll into. Yeah. All right, here's where it's real soggy.
Getting your boots dirty now, Mom.
There's a big pond over there.
Beautiful. And this exit comes back to just in between the barn and the house. So there's the barn there, and the house is back down in this trail. Ugh. Any wild berries? I'm quite sure that they have blackberries and raspberries as well on the trail.
Yep, they do. You out of here? Okay. Thanks for your help, Jack. All right. Hi, everyone. So Michelle's going to take over. Bye, Jackie. See ya. So here's, actually, let's walk down here. We'll show the goat forest. Because people have been following along. So all along here was fenced through here, and we'll go up a sneaky way. So I guess it's the goat's right now.
So Catherine is asking if the hay fund is paid in full.
It is not. It is not. It is up to date on the donor box link, like at liliesplace.ca. There's a link to the hay fund. That will be the most up to date total. And we picked up straw yesterday too. So everyone can stay warm for the winter, but we haven't done any fundraisers with that. And then the other thing that we'll be fundraising for is Rosie's front legs prosthetics. They're $600 each plus tax. So the specialist is going to get started on them, but yeah, he's okay if we do kind of like pay as we fundraise type thing. But we're going to start a Christmas fundraiser. Hopefully in the next couple of days. It'll be Sanctuary Santa again, but we're just going to do like an overall fundraiser this time. So just try to get as many sponsors as possible for Christmas. So yeah, this is the goat forest. This trail was here before. So it's a separate lot that has hydro run to it. The hydro's not hooked up or anything, but the infrastructure is there, so it's a perfect spot to put another house and habitat. The electrical's there, and this access road. So that's why we kind of planned the goat forest stopping there. And at one point, it actually probably wouldn't be too big of an operation to have this road go out to where we were trying to put fencing for the chutes. Because yeah, it goes straight through there.
Okay.
We'll walk down to the bit.
Amazing. And how are the goats liking their forest?
They're getting more and more adventurous. And I did see Teddy standing on that big rock last week. There he is there.
He's like a king of the forest.
Do you see him?
He's looking right
Yeah.
here. Right there.
Yeah.
Out in the distance.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, they're starting to get pretty adventurous. And one day when the vets were here, they did see them along that fence line.
Nice.
They come out in the morning and that sort of thing.
Sweet.
And sometimes I hear them moving and I think, oh, and I forget. Oh, the goats.
There they are.
And the deer like this pathway too. They
Oh,
walk through
yes.
Here to the open fields right there.
Perfect. So Catherine's wondering, where would you like to build for the misters?
Oh, okay.
Or maybe tell us who the misters are for the people who don't know first.
Yeah. So the misters are 4 roosters who were dumped in the woods. They were dumped along with at least 2 other roosters, along with a lot of dead bodies. So we got asked to help someone who had already caught 2 of them to come out and help catch the other ones. So them and us and a few other helpful hands were able to catch 4 of them all together. 2 of them we were never able to catch, and a lot of them we were way too late for. So the misters, we hadn't planned on intaking them. We don't have a setup for them, but that's what happened. And so they're in our quarantine place right now that we usually keep open for the winter, for any animals that are suffering due to the cold. It's actually our walk-in basement, and so that usually works really well during emergencies. But that's where they're living right now, and they are real sweet guys, and a lot of that is, I mean, roosters can be sweet in general, but they don't attack us or feel like they need to protect anything because they're not with hens. So, yeah, they're pretty cool dudes. But so they are at our walk-in basement, so they're at the house, and we would want to build. Catherine's been here before, so she knows where the picket white fence is. So we would want to build kind of around there for them. And then the space behind the house would be where we would want to put the run for them, because then they're close to electrical. The space that I was talking about behind Michelle, so behind the camera, they would certainly love that area, but to predator-proof an area like that would be extremely difficult and extremely costly, because minks can fit through all kinds of really tiny holes, and yeah. So building over kind of where the picket fence is off the parking lot, that sort of thing, would be easier just for the type of terrain that we would be fencing around. Yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna like sneak up this way, because then we'll end up at the goat and the barn.
Go see the friends. Yeah.
So like these posts, even we couldn't put a normal post, we had to put a metal post on here because they're not a rock. Which means trying to put in, like Tim would know more about this. We can talk to like how you're looking for birds, how like the challenges of like behind there in the forest. Because there's electrical runs, so I was talking about how that would be beneficial, but
Like if we had a clearing, that would work, but we want predator proofing on all angles, so covering on top, so it would be hard to, anything's possible, but it would be really hard to predator proof around the trees.
yeah.
There's also a lot of rock in here, so digging leveling to make sure nobody can dig underneath into their run.
Yeah.
Again, anything's possible with the right budget, but
Yeah. Yeah. But a better plan for us based on the resources that we
Right.
take.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy.
There he is.
Before it's gone.
They really grew
Hi, Teddy.
Got his mohawk
Hi,
out.
sweetie.
He's worked up already.
He's not sure. Says, what's up?
This is a pop can though. So
Walk. So how long have
apples from me.
so how long have Teddy and Daisy been here?
So we moved to the property summer 2021, and they came in the fall.
Okay. Oh, look.
We weren't even unpacked when you moved in. Hey, no, you can't have that, buddy. Good boy.
So this is Teddy, and that's Daisy, and Daisy is Ted's mom. Yeah.
Daisy was abandoned after being a dairy goat, and she was pregnant with Teddy during that time. Because just like all mammals, to make milk, they have to have babies.
And now they have a goat forest.
And now they have a goat forest.
Hi, sweetie. All right.
And so this building was already here, and we were able to renovate it for the goats. It's got good strong bones in it.
I'm coming around there now.
Yep. I know we've talked about it quite a bit before, but it's this is what the beams for a building would sit on, and so they were put in to build a 3-stall shed row style barn with an overhang. So we started building that when Tardy, the horse, was here, and when she passed, we halted all of that. So the plan at the moment for this building, if we had the funds to finish it, would be to use it as a quarantine space, because it's a good area to fence in. So right now, for example, when we brought in Johnny and June, they had to quarantine in a stall, where if we had a building, they could have quarantined in a much nicer area. And it also means for other sanctuaries and rescues or placements, there could be a quarantine area, which is always needed before you can do all the tests and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. But we have the beams milled for this, the posts. Yep. We had to get those custom done because of how the posts were put in. And I think when we did the material list, it was about 10?
I don't know, 10 to 12 maybe.
10 to 12,000 to finish it. Yeah. And then fencing would be about 5,000. So, anyways, that's what that is. So I think maybe we'll go in and see Rosie, or do you want to bring Rosie out?
Maybe I can bring Rosie out. You might lose reception.
Yeah. So the barn is a big metal building, so we can't take calls in there, and we're on cell right now, so if we go in there, we're probably going to lose reception.
So is the barn where you keep the animals?
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can go see some of them on Rosie. So half of it is where the sheep are, the stalls, and the chicken house where the ducks are in with them now, as well, separated wall, so everybody will be able to stay warm in that room for the winter. The ducks might be out. Are you out? I see Annabelle in there. Oh, Marlo's under there. Here comes
comes Nance. Here comes Nance. Hi, Nance. Hi, Nance. That's a good sheepy. That's a good sheepy.
So Catherine's wondering how much is left for the hay fund.
Oh,
How much more?
I would have to pull it up. Yeah. Does anyone have their phone on there? Can you go to our website?
There's Annabelle. Hi, sweet girl. And behind her is Daisy. And Milo's under the bench. Is Edith about? Let's see if we can find little Edith. She might come out there.
Okay, so we've raised $4,850, and the goal is $5,700. So who's good at math? Not me. No.
I think it's 850 left.
850.
I think so.
Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Approximately $850 left.
There's
Oh,
Rosie.
there's the sweetie.
There's Rosie.
Yeah, she's so happy. Hi, sweet girl.
That was Teddy.
So do you want to talk to us about Rosie's prosthetics?
Sure, Tim. You wanna go ahead with that?
So you can see Rosie's fitted with her back prosthetics. So because she has no hooves, there's no cushioning for her feet, for her bone really. So these prosthetics really take the weight off of the bottom of her stump. So much more comfortable for her to be walking. The weight's distributed kind of throughout the whole brace. And Canine Orthotics in Nova Scotia is going to start on her front. I don't know if they'd be called prosthetics or braces or devices, but either way, she'll be starting next week, which will be really big for Rosie because that will allow her to walk on all fours and to elevate her front end.
She's happy as a clam. Yeah. Shonda says she looks like she's adapting well with those prosthetics.
Yeah, she does very well with them. She doesn't mind getting them on, and that kind of causes that relief from them.
Oh. Nice.
And we've noticed that she's more apt to climb on things and
Hi.
even stand on her front legs a little
Say
bit
hi.
more.
Yeah, what she just did there, putting her front hooves down to the ground, we haven't seen for quite a while with her. So now she's actually, and she's way more mobile when she has her front hooves on.
Probably hurt before to raise her front end because that would put more weight on her back end. And she can't straighten her front legs all the way. So these new prosthetics will take that into account, but will support her legs and because her joints are weak and she didn't develop the muscle and bone structure that a lamb normally would in the front. So these will help her to stand up and she should be able to. It'll take a bit of learning, but she should be able to walk.
Yep.
Yeah, she's motoring along. Nothing stops her.
And
She's always happy, always content. Like she's just
yeah.
content everywhere she goes.
Yeah. And she is at the age where she should be more or less full grown. So she should be the size of Nancy
And June.
or
yeah.
June.
Yeah.
So she likely won't get any bigger than what she is now. She's stretched out a tiny bit, but yeah. So, and in the winter we're gonna have to watch pretty closely with her because her backs, with not having hooves and having previously lost them to frostbite, would make them pretty susceptible to the cold. And then same with the front legs, right? Because again, they're compromised. And then her ears were also lost to frostbite as well, so that would be an area that would be susceptible to the cold. So we got her a heated mat that typically they're in shops for people to stand on, right? So they can get wet, they can take quite a bit of weight. So she'll have a heated mat that she can shuffle onto. In the winter, she'll have all her straw that she can crawl in, but she will also have kind of a heating area if she feels she needs it.
Yeah.
And she got a gym mat this week too, like a thick gym mat that at night when she has her prosthetics off, she can lay on that rather than just the stall mats. So lots of foam for her.
Nice and cozy.
Does anyone have any questions about Rosie?
Chandra is asking, do you still have to use the athletic wrap inside of the prosthetics?
We have to use it on the one side, on the one foot, because so when she came in, she had skin that would open up quite a bit, and on the one, a hole that was underneath the scab, and that area can open up if it's not. It's kind of like if she has any friction on it or she's walking on it or anything like that. It's thin skin, so it wears down easily.
Taking a long time to heal. Probably eventually it will grow over, but it's just taking a long time.
Well, and I think where it is too, it's just always gonna have really thin skin. Sort of like a greyhound Lucy. She had thin skin, just a breed thing, but it kind of reminds me a lot of that. So on the one on her left, you'll typically see that wrap on the inside of the prosthetic, and that's why. So right now she doesn't have any open wounds or anything like that. It's just a precaution.
And a lot of times with prosthetics, so like Nancy has a sock that she wears with her prosthetic, so I think it depends on the design. But the recommendation for these were not to wear socks, so we haven't seen any signs of chafing or anything really bothering her. They fit really well.
Yeah, Jeff did such a good job on them. Fit like a glove.
Like a little moon boot.
Yep. And he made them too so that there's layers of foam and protection. So if she grew, there's room for that. And also as her wool grows out, there's room to accommodate that as well. Based on, we can take out some of those layers or put them in, that sort of thing.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
She manages so well. She's incredible.
Resilient little lamb.
Is Edith about?
Pardon?
Somebody asked if Edith is about.
Edith is in the chicken house with the other chickies right now. When we're not at the barn, we keep them in their chicken house because there's a lot of predators out. So, yeah, that's where she is right now.
And how is she adapting with the rest of the girls?
Good. She took a while because she had come from a flock where she was being attacked. And so I think the idea was she's like, I gotta fight everyone before they fight me. And eventually she realized no one's trying to fight her. So yeah, she fits in perfectly now. She follows Minty around.
And Rose.
Oh yeah,
She's
Rose.
quite often with Rose.
Yeah, those are the adventure chickens.
She's just one of the ladies now.
One of the gals.
Yeah. She started molting,
Yeah.
but that's this time of year. They typically lose some feathers to grow good ones in for the winter. So that's what she's doing right now. Yeah, she's doing really good. Yeah, she actually reminds me a lot of Celeste. In that now that her personality's come out, she's kind of more timid and
not timid, but like sweet.
Yeah. And she does get excited like Celeste. Like she quite often you see her running from end to the barn.
Just burning around, excited.
Sweet.
Excited to be alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excited to be in a good place. Oh, June buggy.
Oh, a lot of the girls are out.
She quiz people. Who are they looking at?
Ah, yes. Who are we looking at here?
Yeah.
Who's the gal with the black spots?
I guess we already gave that one away.
Yeah, I
but
guess we did.
maybe these two girls.
Yeah, these gals.
Hi.
Yeah. So the gal on the left, her name is
Gracie.
Gracie, and her hair.
Oh yeah, she's a mixed breed. I mean, most of them are, but her dad was a hair sheep. So some sheep grow hair, some grow wool. Her mom grew both, and her dad was a hair sheep. So that's why she looks a little different.
She looks a little bit different. Yeah. Oh, and who's this?
Oh, you know who that is.
Who's this little friend? Hi. Hi. Hi,
What you doing,
sweetie.
buddy?
Yeah, is that Sid?
That's it.
Yeah, he's so calm and cool.
He's a cute girl.
What'd you say once? He was like the Walmart greeter?
Yeah, he's the Walmart greeter. Yeah. Friendly and loves people.
And we'll check your bag.
And we'll check yeah.
For treats.
Yep. That's Annie.
Yeah, that's a sweet girl.
She's the leader. Aren't ya? The cool, calm leader.
Okay, so sheep, female sheep are the leaders in the
Yep.
in the crew.
Yep. Society.
Hi, Sid. Sid, your friend Catherine's saying hello.
Yeah.
Says hi.
Sid. What do you think, Annie Banana?
So tell us about the structure in the back of Annie here.
Okay, so we had got that originally as an outdoor, well, we got two of them. So two 10x10s to put together for an outdoor run for the roosters. Unfortunately, the chain link that came with it was horrendous, so it was unusable, and we had to fight to get a refund from the company for that. But the frame is there now, because what we'll do is put the roof on it, which is like a really thick tarp essentially. So then we can put hay outside in the winter, or the rain. So not the rain so much, but we'll be protected a bit. It's also really good. So for example, when we have new intakes, which we don't plan on doing at the moment, but if we have new intakes and we're trying to get everybody integrated, we keep gates and fences between them till we know everybody's going to get along. And without a structure outside, if it's not great weather, then there's no shelter for whoever's out here. So even if they've gone through their quarantine, then the next phase is integrating them in a way that everyone gets that nobody's gonna harm them and they get adapted. So that's what that's there for.
Jennifer's wondering if Johnny's out.
Johnny
Boy.
Yeah, he's been quiet. Well, he had a big day. Volunteers.
Nancy girl.
There's Johnny.
Always out for a bite.
I think he's probably like
Oh, well, gives them a good look inside the barn so you can see all the hay. Piles and piles of hay. Can never have enough.
That's right. Yeah, I think he's taking a food.
the one stall door, so
Inside.
might be why we can't see him.
I bet we could probably see him from the other side. Maybe me and Michelle can walk around.
Yeah, probably put her back in.
So this part is all fenced in, so the girls can come out and graze here.
This would be kind of an ease onto pasture. So each spring they need to be eased onto grass again. So having 2 eased on pastures would be great, because then after they get used to this and we know that they're going to be okay to just go out when they want all day, then they could go into the big one. So. Try and walk by here without them all running out. Sometimes they see me by that gate and think, oh yeah, she's looking already. Oh, we're already past it. Yep, he's really against that door, I think. Okay, so Jennifer, I'm thinking that she's Johnny's sponsor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Let me find Johnny.
What are you doing, Nancy?
Nancy! Out for a stroll.
Yeah. Poor Nancy's got to get 2 injections tonight. With some extra round of antibiotics. And they're ones that they're IM in the muscle, so they're not comfortable to get. We give them. Let me say. So her brace is for her right leg, so opposite the back, but on the opposite side of her prosthetic. Yeah, Johnny's laying behind Annie over there. See him.
And it gives you guys an idea what the stalls look like from this side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that room with the door and the window, that's the chicken and duck house.
And this is their little outdoor gazebo.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our like quick fix thing, because that awning was already removed, and then Tim was able to frame around it to enclose it for the birds. But from that post over there, like the wood post to that gazebo, I guess we'll call it, that's temporary fencing, because we want to put another building. You can almost see the square of where the concrete is, like that size, for other birds. So ideally the ducks, and a second side for somebody else that would be able to kind of have the same type of housing. So the idea is the chickens and the ducks don't always get along, and so that's why there's a dividing wall. It looks actually like these outdoor walls, the same stuff, hardware cloth, but then the whole space can be heated, without a second heater. But yeah, we would like to put a building there, so it would take up 2 of the squares, and then runs can be put out that way where the temporary fencing is. So a bigger run for the regular chicken crew, then the ducks, and then turkeys, of course. We love turkeys here. So yeah, and then that would be again another one building where we could heat the whole thing, but have 2 species that we could care for, and it's close enough to run hydro too. That's always the considerations, how close is it to the water? How close is it to running hydro? And with birds, their setup is kind of intense, right? Because you're worried about heat in the winter and predators all year round. But yeah, with the roosters, we got to keep them away from where the hen's at. So otherwise their hormones fly up and then they have something to fight about.
So that's how you can have more than one rooster together?
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually pretty common in sanctuaries to have rooster flocks, so hen flocks and rooster flocks, because otherwise the problem is having roosters that are fighting, right, if they're with hens. Or for us, it would, I mean, that could be a problem, but also with the hens, we have a lot of vulnerable hens who are older. So for example, the first hens we rescued are 5.5 now, and they're very petite birds who lived in battery cages for the first 18 months of their life. So there has been a lot of incidents at other rescues and sanctuaries, and just, you know, individuals trying to put roosters with small or older hens, and the roosters obviously not meaning to, but snapping their necks when they go to mate them. Well, that's not something we want to deal with here. So, hi,
Nancy girl.
Nancy. She's the most resilient. Okay? Nothing bothers you. Nothing bothers you, Nancy. And she's so good about getting her prosthetic on.
Yeah, good look at that.
Got cast.
Yeah.
Johnny's up now. Because Tim's bringing Rosie in.
Sounds like something's going on.
Yep. Alright, any other questions?
No questions.
I think we'll probably sign off then.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Hopefully, for the people who don't get to come out or it's too far away, that this gave you a little bit of a look at what, you know, what's going on out here and how beautiful it is and all those sorts of things. I think we'll probably do an actual Zoom call with our sponsors. I'm not sure when, but probably the next couple months or so, to talk about what's going on at the sanctuary and what we hope to accomplish and all those sorts of things. So.
Okay. And where can they find you if they want any additional information on the sanctuary and how they can help?
liliesplace.ca. You can send us an email at hello@liliesplace.ca. Those are the best places.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. We try to keep everything on the website fairly easy to find everything. Sometimes it's hard to find stuff on scrolling through all the feeds and whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Everybody says thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Tim.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us,
Thank
guys.
Bye.